Eric, with regard to Casemiro, was he always a target of yours throughout the summer? Because he seemed to just sort of come from left field and was done really quick, unlike, let's say, the De Jong thing, which you had a lot of attacks. So I just wonder, were you always keen on him, for a long time?
We have a list, so we have options. And he was always on, but we didn't know that he kept available. And so in the moment we get that signals, we get proactive and we get it done, and we are really happy with that, of course.
May I just ask, how will you, if you want him to play well for your team, what would you like to see from him, Casemiro, as a player?
I think he is, I said, the cement between the stones, and he can let other players really well because he's a leader. He really well good in the strategist, and he can play a ball as well, and he's winning challenges, so he brings a lot into a game, and he will help us. So in between, he will be the link, a really important role, and I'm really happy to have that role now occupied in our squad.
James.
Hi, Eric. Can I just ask what your reasoning was, your thinking behind picking Varane on Monday, who was excellent, of course, but we know he's a great player from what he's done in the past, but you didn't pick him to start the season. And whether it was also, is it a difficult situation when you've got to leave out your captain, having made Maguire the captain?
First, we have options, and as you already said, Varane, his stature is immense. And in pre-season, first he had to come in the season, we have to build him physical, and so a little bit slower start. And so he was fit in the first games, but in the first period of the pre-season, he wasn't always. And so we're happy, we built him in that way, and you see when the team needed him, he was really there. And his profile, but his stature, all what he won already in the past shows he can really contribute to this team. And for the team there's competition, and we need it. We have to cover so many games, and we can do that in several constructions, and we can see from game to game what we need, and that can be the construction from Liverpool, but also second half in Brentford we play with Varane and Maguire in the center. So there are many options. I forget now about injuries. Victor Lindelof did really well in pre-season, so I'm happy he will be back Sunday in the squad. So we have another option. So also in the internal we have a competition, and that's good. And I think top teams need it.
It is, though. It's an awkward situation when the captain isn't playing, because you would expect the captain to play most games. So that is obviously going to be a topic of debate, and presumably a very difficult decision for you.
Yeah, but what I say, that doesn't mean that when you are captain that you are established to play always, and especially not when you also have Varane in your squad.
Neil and then Neil.
Eric, with Anthony being out injured, is Cristiano available for selection this weekend? Is he fit?
Yes, both.
And obviously, you wanted to start the season with Anthony. How big a blow is it, him being out of the team, because he did particularly well in the second half when he came on?
Yeah, pre-season, he did really good. I was really happy with his contribution, and same. That's why also I bring him in. You can do what impact he can have on our game. So yeah, it's definitely. But still, we have other players also who can play in that role and will do well. So I never talk about players who are not available. We have to do it with the players who are there.
And obviously, Marcus started as a centre forward, but then you moved him to the left wing, and he scored in the second half. Do you see him as more as a winger or a striker, or do you just see him as someone who can play every role across the front three?
I think he can play every role, as you saw.